We've been telling you about the growing backlash in Minnesota over its $9 billion welfare fraud, all on the taxpayer dime. It's a far cry from red state Indiana, where a very different approach actually saved the state hundreds of millions of dollars. Indiana Governor Mike Braun joins us now to explain. So we're talking about $9 billion in fraud of taxpayer money versus what you all, I think, are looking at saving perhaps as much as $460 million over 2 years in Medicaid savings. How did you all accomplish this?
Actually, it's going to be closer to $1.4 billion over those 2 years. And common sense, I ran a business for 37 years before I became a U.S. Senator, was on health, education, labor, and pensions there. And you couldn't get 60 senators to do anything to reform it. Our side of the aisle doesn't think there's much wrong with health care. It's kind of run like an unregulated utility. The Democrats, on the other hand, push more and more through Medicare and Medicaid, but do nothing to run it like a business.
Right.
On Medicaid, which we share with the feds, all states are going to find low-hanging fruit to pick. We found folks that should have been on Medicare that were still on Medicaid. People double-dipping Medicaid through a couple different states. Pharmacies with the 340B program buying drugs at a discount, selling them at high margins. We're just picking that low-hanging fruit, and that's why we're going to lead the country. You can see what happens in a place like Minnesota, where they just want the government benefits, but don't do anything to run them like you do a business.
You know, and it's probably should not be all that big of a surprise to us that when you have, billions of dollars in federal taxpayer money going to being run by governments, that you're going to wind up with a lot of fraud. I want to read to you a quote from one of the U.S. attorneys who is investigating the fraud in Minnesota. He said, what we see in Minnesota is not a handful of bad actors committing crimes. It's a staggering industrial scale fraud. When I look at the claims data and the providers, I see more red flags than I see legitimate providers. In your experience, Governor, in dealing with Medicaid in your state, does it surprise you that the governance over this federal money is this slack? And should we be concerned that there are more states out there running this that are like Minnesota than like your state?
Well, I think any of those states that do run their own state governments, say like California, Illinois, New York, Minnesota, they're going to have more of it because they've never been interested in trying to run it well. Thank goodness Indiana's been run by Republicans now. It's into the 21 years. So we had some of this before Medicaid was even an issue, but as it's grown to occupy more of all state budgets, we didn't have those kinds of issues, but we're still finding lots of stuff to where it can be run better, like I mentioned. The fraud and abuse that we found on health, education, labor, and pensions, when I was on committees that were looking for it.
Right.
Federal government, for instance, would write 2 to 3% of their checks to the wrong payee or for the wrong amount or both. It's rampant. There, we got to get 60 senators to agree. Don't think that's going to happen soon. Enterprising states will fix a lot of these problems, and it's really fun to have a job where you can check it off in terms of what you're doing day by day, month by month, and we've just been doing it a year and got a lot done.
Well, I sure do wish that more people on the left, supposed liberals, would agree to and understand that it's far smarter to run all of these tax dollars through state governments than it is to run through the federal government, because you wind up with better politics locally and probably far more scrutiny like we're seeing in Indiana. We thank you so much, and thank you for joining us this morning, Governor Braun.
You're welcome.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.